Kate Wilkinson.
What is it about this Labour opposition who don't want New Zealanders and New Zealand to succeed? What is it about this Labour opposition who seem so anti-economic growth and don't want us to make the most of our economic opportunities? What is it about this Labour opposition who don't seem to realise that if we encourage economic growth in a sensible and rational way, then we are better placed to have better health, better education and better welfare? What is it about this Labour opposition who have such a dislike of our mining industry, an industry that can contribute sensibly, significantly and reasonably and responsibly to our economic growth, and that actually contributes to jobs? And finally, Mr. Speaker, what is it about this Labour opposition that wants to so deliberately damage our international reputation and our 100% pure New Zealand image with mischievous, irresponsible scaremongering? Mr. Speaker, we released a discussion document, and look at the reaction. It's a discussion document, Mr. Speaker. It's not policy. It's not a decision. It's a discussion document. And immediately after we released this, we had Forest and Bird, mischievous Forest and Bird on a membership drive. This is after the release of the document, saying that we were going to target Tongariro National Park, Mount Aspiring National Park and Kahurangi National Park. Yet the discussion document is specific. The discussion document clearly says no change to Tongariro National Park, no change to Kahurangi National Park, and no change to Mount Aspiring National Park. It is possible, Mr. Speaker, to mine responsibly on conservation land, and there are examples of it now. And as Conservation Minister, I am more than aware of the need to protect our iconic conservation land. But I just think there's one quote that I saw this week from Jane Clifton in The Listener, and this sums up the reaction to a T. She said, quote, "It has long been the accepted convention that when Labour grants a mining licence, it is a sensitively handled, best practice maximising of opportunities. And when National grants a mining licence, it is a barbaric exploitation of our priceless heritage to the benefit of its big business mates." And Mr. Speaker, I have to say that there is a word for that, and I'm not allowed to use it in this House. Mr. Speaker, we have sensible mining. Look at this. Chris Carter, Minister of Conservation, says Pike River Coal Company had to come up with a host of environmental protections and meet very stringent safeguards. That's a good quote. We like that. We will be doing the same. We have the same protections and the same safeguards. Even Mr. Goff said, "I think most New Zealanders want to see a balance. They want to see some areas that are less sensitive in the conservation estate available for environmentally sensitive mining." We agree. And at King, if there was mining in areas that are not key conservation areas on the conservation estate, and it's well done, I don't think people would have a lot of difficulty with that. Well, Mr. Speaker, we will do it, and we will do it well, and we will agree, and we do agree with what Annette King says. And then in relation to Pike River, Chris Carter, then Minister of Conservation, this mine does represent an intrusion into an area of high conservation values. In fact, it's a national park, and a decision on whether to allow it to go ahead has been a very difficult one to make because of this. And we agree, some of these decisions are difficult, but they are balancing economic opportunities very seriously with our environmental responsibilities. And even the Greens have also been mischievous on this. Victoria Toure, quote, "This case clearly shows that it is possible to balance the economic concerns of miners and the conservation concerns of protecting endangered species." But what do? Oh, it's different now. It's different that we want to be responsible. It's different that we want to make the most of our economic opportunities for the betterment of New Zealand. And it's different because we want to be responsible with the conservation estate. Totally different than under Labour. And I said, Mr. Speaker, there is a word for that. But what annoys me, Mr. Speaker, is the damning of the mining companies. When you have Pike River, which, yes, it is in a Paparoa National Park, they contribute to the endangered blue duck program. They contribute to pest control. They pay over $100,000 in conservation work. They paid for a public road in a national park. Mining and conservation can go hand in hand responsibly, Mr. Speaker.
Phil Twyford.